things for golf. They're doing great things for the golfers. The salaries are going way up. The text line says, so giving golf.
Oh, it's great for everyone. Well, not really.
Is it?
It's just about pro golf, which is fine. But what Jeff is and everyone is kind of referring to is some people have been trying to spin it like, oh, they're not expanding the game of golf. They're not opening up opportunities for people to play the game of golf. They're just paying professional golfers more money to play golf.
I imagine you could argue that there's now more opportunities for pros. If they're taking guys off of the PGA Tour, that opens up more spots on tour. I imagine you can tell me that.
Say that. Go get your card.
Text line also says Breaking Bad was a proper follow-up to all the Cops episodes that were filmed in the queue. This solidified the image of Burke. Okay. Yeah. 505-246-0610. We're going to Farmington at 9:30. We'll talk Connie Mack World Series, which is going on in our state, nationally televised this weekend. It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us on a Friday. Thanks for remembering you listened to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Cindietta, and JJ Bach.
What up, Friday? The guy in the elevator told me it was Friday. I'm like, oh yeah, ho. He's like, what? The hell does that mean? Who are you calling a hoe? It's the opening drive, 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. All right, we've been a bunch of places. We've been on Antonio Gandy Golden. Who's that? That was a guy from Liberty. A. Marie, I got a time for an all-new edition of Ask A. Marie on this.
Oh, good. To add to my morning. Let's do it.
Who was Antonio Gandy Golden's quarterback the day that he went for 200 million yards and a zillion touchdowns against UNM at University Stadium?
I have no idea.
Do you know this?
What year was it? I'm just curious.
It doesn't matter. 19 maybe, 18. Do you know who it is?
Oh, I wasn't.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have got
sorry.
this either. So
I'm
it's from
so
Tell.
sorry, guys.
No, don't be sorry. I wouldn't have got it either. It's from Tellus. JJ's a little stumped too. Without
if JJ Buck doesn't know, then I don't know. Jeff, you don't know either.
Can I use a lifeline? 50-50.
Can I call him that, James?
Clues?
I mean, I know now because it's sitting in front of me.
Oh, okay. I was like, did any? Cause
and it's like
NFL quarterback.
It's like ding. Oh yeah, no, he's
a transfer quarterback.
No, he just had a cool name. Buckshot Calvert.
Oh man,
you weren't gonna remember.
I was not gonna remember that.
No, I didn't either. Buckshot Calvert.
5 years ago.
Remember talking about it.
Now that's right. Now I remember about it, and we remember his numbers.
But I could not have pulled that out.
No, I would have either. So that's not on you, A. Marie. We all would have failed on that. I remember the numbers. Remember we talked about how good he was and what his numbers were, and you guys don't overlook Liberty and this receiver. Lobo Hobo says Liberty went nuts in University Stadium, Jeffy, and all I remember was the next Monday was Bob Davey talking about number 11 and number 12. So Davey used to talk about players. You never, maybe he knew their names, but from watching the film, he would always tell you about number 12. Oh, and that number 57 comes off the edge, and they've got that number 12. Oh, he was unique, right? He would talk in numbers. Yeah. Oh, now you guys all remember that. Now you guys all remember that game.
That was a fun question.
So Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
246 yards.
Against the Lobos?
Against the Lobos in 2013.
How many?
246 yards. 9 for 246 and 4 touchdowns.
9 for 246 and 4.
Just edging out the 245 for Golden in the 18 season.
And he was 11 for 245 and 3?
And 1.
And 1. All right, so
by the way, in that same game, Devontae Adams had 9 for 246.
What did Derek Carr do?
Josh Harper had 10 for 161 and 3 touchdowns.
So that's 400 yards right there.
Derek Carr was over 500 yards.
That's 407 yards and 7 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns? What were Derek Carr's numbers in that game?
I'll get your Carr's numbers, but I was just going
This was
down.
2013, you said?
2013. Derek Carr to Devontae Adams.
So Fresno State beat the Lobos that year.
So a highlight that you saw all the time after Devontae Adams was traded to the Raiders was that game.
Damn.
Some other standouts I found.
That's 19 for 407 yards and 7 touchdowns between those two. Holy bleep.
In the 2014 season,
Yeah.
Colorado State beat New Mexico 58-20.
Oh.
Running back D. Hart had 230 yards and 5 touchdowns on 20 carries.
What are you doing?
Rashard Higgins had 10 receptions, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, those years, people were just licking their chops seeing the Lobos coming at them.
Remember when New Mexico went to Pitts? Not only was Aaron Darnold on the field defensively, but when Tyler Boyd, quiet game. 6 receptions, 134 yards, and a touchdown.
That's it. Damn, dude. All right. Well, and you're doing this because
Because of Antonio
Gandy Golden?
Gandy.
That's crazy numbers. The Larry Rose games are when I. All right, so I guess I asked you, what are the most memorable performances against the Lobos, right? Because
Derek Carr had 522 yards
and 7 touchdowns.
and 7 touchdowns in that game.
That's insanity. Did he play the whole game? What was the score?
69-28. The Lobos scored 21 points in the third quarter.
What was halftime?
Halftime, it was 35-0.
Yeah. Those were the days, huh? Terry, good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone. Obviously, Friday, hugs and thoughts first to the real Baloo, and then Austin, Addie.
That's right.
All family members, including Kyle.
All right.
So I hope you're all doing well.
Yours too.
Back to a little bit of Liv. 45 years ago, back when you were 15, you could just walk in and get a driver's license, no biggie, do it all. I had a Datsun, and I had some gentleman come up and just ream me. And, this was 30-some years after Pearl Harbor, and he was still upset. So things do affect people differently. Understand that. He's like, how can you drive a Japanese car? Da-da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it affects you, whether a family member and all that, we're differently on that. From the new guys like Thurston Howell III or Answer, Prancer, Dancer, any of Santa's reindeer, doesn't bother me. If they want to go, just say the money. When somebody says, oh, they're getting better, like Paul Casey, then I kind of throw up in my mouth a little bit. But 10 of the 50, I don't know if that's better competition or just
It's it's not better than the PGA yet, but it's competition. Now, more and more of these guys, Bubba going over, is Matsuyama going over. I mean, 10 out of 50 in the first year of their existence, while not better, is certainly significant.
Well, they've gotten numbers. Now, Bubba's currently 86, and so if they get like our current Open champion, the Horns Star Smith,
Cam Smith.
That makes a world of difference.
Of course.
And, I don't think JT or Spieth are leaving. Who knows with Rahm? But, if they get a couple more top 10 guys, it swings it, but then does it just water down both sides of what they wanted to do from that standpoint? And that's that's what it is. You have a tournament, it's going to affect it. I don't know, would it be less, or is this more what they want? If they had a few more of their tournaments in Europe, let's say they played in London, maybe play in Paris, play in, Germany somewhere, play in
a true worldwide tour.
Right. And then say that's what we're doing. Have it's Norman, have a couple tournaments in Australia.
Look, I think this thing,
unlimited.
Terry, this thing's in its infancy. And I think, they're growing next year to 14 from 8 tournaments. I think eventually they grow to what you're talking about. and not require. They'll have enough guys that they don't require them to play in each tournament. I don't know what their deal is, but I'm going to guess for $125 million to $200 million signing bonus that they are required to play, and if not all of them, almost all of the tournaments, right? So now if they expand it to, I don't know, let's just say 20, and they go worldwide, and maybe you're required to play in 16 of the 20 or however, and then they can rotate guys in and out, and they can bring more guys in, right? So this is year one. They played 2 tournaments, and the amount of traction that they've got, the amount of publicity they got, and the amount of credibility that they've gotten with the quality of player that they've recruited, it is significant. Is it better than the PGA Tour? It is not, yet. And will it be? We'll see.
And we'll see. And I know from your aspect, you're much more into golf. I watch golf. I will stick to the PGA.
Yeah.
If the LIV goes and certain, folks want to go that way, so be it. But, when some of the guys were talking, we don't want to play Pro-Ams. Well, guess what was yesterday? A Pro-Am.
Pro-Am, yeah. But
we want to play less. Well, no, we're expanding the tournaments. And so is there going to be like a wait list?
It's really
so
fair.
You get maybe a few $1 million, but you're called up from the minors to, if Dustin doesn't want to play this week, then Billy Joe Nobody gets to fill in for a certain amount of money because they say they want only the 48.
Right.
So
no, I think there's a lot of questions as this evolves. Look, and the term growing pains, no matter what it is with a business and certainly with this series, they're going to have to figure a lot of these things out, right? And then what does that do for your team? Because supposedly the team aspect is a huge piece of this. Well, Dustin Johnson's not playing on Team Aces or whatever this week, and Billy Joe Nobody is. And so how does that affect it? Look, I think there's a lot of questions to be answered. And to your point on, well, we want to play less, well, they just put in 6 more tournaments next year. All those things. Is there going to be hypocrisy in this? Yeah, I think there will be. And you know what's going to solve everything? Cashish, money.
Well, and the more the money, and I still think Colin Cowherd, as much as he's promoting it, if I had to lay a $20 bill, I think maybe Fox is going to be in on trying to get part of it, whether it's on Fox or Fox Sport 1. So that would be where I think the network's going to try to jump in. But as always, I thank you guys. Have a great weekend. I'm glad we could take different sides.
Yep.
And do it respectfully. And like I said, I sent an email to JJ. I thank you guys. It's been a wonderful 14 years, whether it's been 14, 10, or 1. A. Marie's always awesome and kind-hearted. So you guys have a great weekend.
Thanks,
Take care.
Terry. See you. Look, this is really going to be interesting on a lot of fronts. He's talking about the networks.
Yeah.
CBS and NBC have deals with the PGA, so I don't see them touching it. ABC, Disney, is that where Disney goes? ABC, Disney, ESPN. I mean, does Disney touch this?
Well, right now, Disney's got the PGA Tour
on Plus. Yeah. All right, so that kind of precludes them. So then there's Fox, which is where they lean politically in regards to their programming and certainly their news channel. Is this something they touch?
Yes. Has to be on their radar.
Okay. Or is this more of a USA Network, which I believe is owned with the umbrella of NBC Universal? Is it a Spike TV type of a thing? Is it or
Spike doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, a type of a thing though is what. Yeah.
Paramount.
Okay. Or and why the hell not? Do they just launch their own damn network? I mean, there's Golf Channel. Why wouldn't there be Live Channel? And then you're going to talk about distribution, who's going to pick it up, and all that sort of thing. So, I mean, more so, I think they go with it.
They should have some conversations with the Pac-12 first, and then launch their Golf Channel.
I mean, with all the money they got, I mean, their own network isn't out of the realm, but I think it behooves them.
Just build their own satellite, send it to space, and then beam it out to everyone.
Right? And then just pick it. Yeah. They will get a television contract. I thought they would get one this year. I'm still not convinced they won't, but I'm certain that next season, I believe they'll have something. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Pac-12 Media Days today. That'll be fun. I want to get into that a little bit. The preseason poll came out. What's that going to be like? 9:30, we're going to Farmington talking about the Connie Mack World Series and what it means to our state. It's a big, big deal. Thank you for being with us this morning. Merry Friday. You're listening to the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. Clark's.
That was a good hoe.
Oh. All right. That means it's Friday now. What do I get? Is it the Rocket Mortgage on the PGA, and it's Trump's tournament? I guess Trump's the
Live?
Rocket Mortgage. Yeah, and Live. Oh, I got a headache now.
Time to sneak up on you.
Yeah, buddy, that one got me. All right, Charles Barkley came out this morning, said he is not going to Live. I don't know that Live ever gave him an offer, but Charles Barkley said he's sticking to the NBA. So there will be no further overtures to join Live. He did put out or I guess he spoke to the New York Post this morning. Quote, "I want to thank Greg Norman and Live for their interest in me. I wish those guys great success and nothing but the best, but in my best interest. And being fair to Turner, because Turner in basketball has given me every single thing in my life. It is best for me to move on, and I'm staying with Turner for the rest of my TV career," end quote. As of yesterday, Barkley said he had not received an offer from Live, that he had spoken with Greg Norman, who's their CEO. He said, quote, "Yesterday I met with Greg and I told him yes." I don't know what he told him yes to. "I'm in a win-win situation. If they offer me something good, that's great. If they don't, I've got a great job at TNT," end quote. Does this hurt his image at all? I don't think it does, to be honest with you. You don't either, right?
I don't.
All right. I don't know that I agree with everything he said yesterday. Like everybody's making up words like sports washing and dirty money. I'm like, listen, if you play sports, we all take money from some sources you might not love or appreciate. I don't want to be a hypocrite. These guys are trying to make a living. I wish them nothing but the best. Same thing with my friends on the PGA Tour, but everybody's just kind of like trying to play the moral card. For some reason, everyone wants to place selective outrage. I'm never going to let that happen on my watch, end quote. Is it selective outrage? I struggle with that. If you are family of a victim, if you are a victim, if you lost your dad,
I think for some people it is.
I think that's right. For some, but for some, I think it's genuine.
Yeah, the people that are out there right now, 9/11 families, that's not selective outrage.
No, I think that's an outrage that they live with every day, and now you brought it back into their backyard in the tri-state area, and they're reliving it. Now, are they reliving it because they're reminded of it? I don't. Saudi pilots ran planes into the buildings and killed their family. Killed their husband, their wife, their brother, their sister, their kid. Whatever it is. Injured them. Made them sick for the rest of their life. They're dealing with it every single day. That's not selective outrage to me. I mean, that's genuine, real anger and outrage. Now, I think there's many people who have selected to be outraged at this. You guys, the Saudi government is in sports all over the world, including America. This isn't the first in Denver. Ray brought it up, or somebody brought up earlier, that they're in horse racing, that they're in English soccer, that they're in businesses all over this country. Am I telling you they're good people? I'm not, man.
The difference is horses don't talk at press conferences.
No,
you don't have individuals that are making the individual decision to join the tour and then are asked directly about that decision. And instead of being a Pat Perez, they try to make themselves feel better about things are changing.
By explaining it away. No, but the horses don't, but the jockeys do, and the owners do, and they all have choices.
But outside, but this is one too. Golf is more prominent than horse racing.
100%.
Like horse racing is big if you're going
niche.
to the windows.
It's niche. It's a niche.
So no one's gonna get outraged that some jockey and or trainer.
Yeah, I would make the argument that golf is.
Even when Jim Rome is talking about it,
No,
it's still not resonating like golf would.
I'd make the argument that golf is it's football, it's NFL, and it's college football, and then it's some semblance of NBA and Major League Baseball, and then I would tell you you'd have a pretty good argument for hockey, soccer, and golf for being the next most popular sport in this country. And so I mean it's one of the big six, and five if you put college football and pro football together. It just is. I'm struggling with the word selective outrage a little bit because I think that diminishes the pain of the people who are really going through it. Is it legitimate? Yeah, it is. Now, are those people putting Saudi oil in their car? Yeah, they are. Are they probably buying from companies, doing business with Saudi-based companies and not knowing it? Yeah, they are. But they feel that this one is being rubbed in their face. The bottom line is the rich are getting richer here, and
well, there's also in that regard, Jeff. You don't. Yeah. I can't go to the gas station. They don't have.
You don't have an option.
The ingredients.
I know.
Of what oil was mixed in this batch of gasoline.
My point is, we're doing the country's doing business.
That's an individual decision to do business, and you're asked a question, and you answer it, however way you want. And so it's going to be more pressure on an individual, as opposed to trying to figure out, all right, how much is Bank of America or this or that or alleged this corporation is
with
taking.
Whom should I bank then?
Yeah.
And if you really want to do your research and figure out where you want to go, and you're going to realize that it's a lot harder to get away from it than you might have thought. That if you don't want to be involved with that group at all, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get away from it than you might have initially.
Which I think when it's all said and done, for these guys that are going to a Live Tour, stop just trying to spin it, because obviously the Live Tour is still allowing these reporters to ask these questions, so they're not like cracking down on people. So just say I'm here because it's the best opportunity. You're starting to get more and more of that. I think these guys are realizing that just being out front and honest and not trying to be like, well, they're pretty good people, they're nice to me. Yeah, like, just give you a check and just keep it at that.
They always are smiling.
And if you stop trying to spin it, then people will stop going down these rabbit holes trying to destroy your comments.
All right. Cameron Young's leading, by the way, at the Rocket Mortgage. All right, 505-246-0610. When we come back, we're going to Farmington. We're going to talk about the Connie Mack World Series. Finals tonight. Could crown a champion tonight or tomorrow. It's going to be on national television. And Richard Neely, who is the president of the AABC, is going to be with us. He's running that thing. Hey, Kirtland Federal Credit Union, New Mexico strong since 1958, is your home loan leader. Built in the heart of Albuquerque, it is their goal to keep New Mexicans solvent financially and help them achieve the dream of home ownership with the right loans, local experience, and a relationship that's built on trust. Kirtland Federal Credit Union's mortgage team is 100% local. So that means your loan stays local. You'll never send a payment out of state. When you have a question, you'll reach out to talk to someone about your new home. That person will be right here in Albuquerque. Meet the Kirtland Federal Credit Union mortgage team. Get started today at kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is equal opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
AM 610, the sports animal.
Well, when you think of the biggest events in our state, I know you think Balloon Fiesta and you think of maybe State Fair, maybe the New Mexico Bowl or whatever it is you think of. You should think Connie Mack World Series as well. Since 1965, the Connie Mack World Series has been held up at Ricketts Park in Farmington, and it is going on this week, and it's been a terrific week of baseball. And the championship game, for the first time, will be nationally televised. In fact, I'm headed up there right after this, and I'm honored to be on the broadcast. I'll be calling the play-by-play on CBS Sportsnet tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. You can watch it on CBS Sportsnet nationally. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. This event is so good for our state. It's incredible for the community. Richard Neely is the president of the AABC, the American Amateur Baseball Congress, and been with the Connie Mack World Series since 1990. He joins us this morning from Farmington, where they have had a terrific week. Richard, congratulations on a great week so far. How you doing?
Great this morning, but it's raining like mad.
All right, so what's the deal up there? So now we're dependent on Mother Nature, huh?
Yeah, I can't be God, but I tell you, it's wonderful rain, but we're busy trying to come up with contingency plans, and it's all we can do.
Well, first off, in regards to this event, I think people who have been there realize how big it is, not only for our state, but certainly for the Four Corners and for Farmington. Talk about what it does for your community up there, because now you're going to be on national TV, and the whole world's going to get to see you.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we've been working on for many, many years. This is the 57th year the Connie Mack World Series has been held in Farmington. In fact, it's the third longest continual running event in the state, and the fourth largest as far as attendance goes. So it's a tremendous event for the community. It generates in excess of $1 million for them. It's great baseball. We've had over 300 people play in the Connie Mack World Series that reach the major league level.
Big deal.
Several Hall of Famers. It's just an unbelievable event.
Yeah, I've heard the stories of Ken Griffey being there and how people still talk about Ken Griffey Jr. still being there when he was 16 years old and how great he was. And he was playing up because it's 16 to 18-year-olds and how you guys all knew at that moment he was going to be that good.
Absolutely. I mean, remember that he would step out of the dugout, do a flip, and then run to the outfield.
Yeah, something special about him. And that town really rallies around it, right? I mean, it's like, this is Omaha. Like for college baseball, it's Omaha. This is the goal for 16 to 18-year-olds who play AABC baseball all over not only the country, but Puerto Rico and all over basically the United States and territories.
Yeah, it's we have over 350 volunteers that help put this event on every year. I do a little bit of travel, I might say, for baseball across the United States, and it's interesting as I walk through airports and might have a old Connie Mack shirt on, how many people walk up and say, I was there in 1971, or my dad played there, and right now we have so many sons playing in this event that their fathers played here. I mean, it's amazing.
Richard Neely is the president of the American Amateur Baseball Congress. They're putting on the Connie Mack World Series for the 57th year in a row, excluding COVID, up in Farmington this week.
Right.
Richard, how did this event find its way to Farmington, New Mexico?
Interesting. I mean, it's kind of a quick story, but it goes out for bid every year. And back in 1963, we held the Babe Ruth World Series in Farmington. 1964, we held a regional tournament for the Connie Mack World Series, which there were 8 of those across the United States. And we actually had more attendance at our regional tournament in Farmington than they had in the World Series. So the next year, a group of Farmington men went to the meeting, and Joe Cooper was the president at that time of AABC, and they opened the bids, and they all happened to be the same. And the gentleman from Farmington reached in his pocket, threw $1 on the table, and said, "We win," and they walked out. We got the bid. That's a true story.
And all these years later, and all the renovations of Ricketts Park, you keep, because getting it's one thing, keeping it's another.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Connie Mack World Series continually since day one has poured money into Ricketts Park. It's a great minor league ballpark. Having participated in collegiate sports, this is a field that you can put up against any field in the United States. Now, it's all natural grass. The feeling of sitting there in the evening as it cools and that smell of that grass, there's nothing like it. It's baseball. It's wonderful.
Yeah, he's Richard Neely. He's the president of the AABC. They're putting on the Connie Mack World Series, or Cornelius McGillicuddy was his name.
Well, and you look at this, too, everything that the city has done, the park has grown, and now to be able to have the champion on a national platform, CBS Sports Network, what's that going to mean for Connie Mack moving forward?
Oh, obviously it's huge. I mean, not only for AABC and the Connie Mack, but the city of Farmington, the state of New Mexico. I mean, we have the opportunity to put a program in place of up to 65 million homes. I mean, that's ESPN, all those guys. They don't have those numbers. I mean, it's astounding. I mean, it's so exciting. It will really put New Mexico on the map. As boy, they've got great competitive baseball, and look how great it looks.
Where are we now? All right, so I know the brackets, the schedules, everything's been moved around with weather, and you're playing it. How many teams you got left, and what are we looking at? Because I know the intent is to play the first championship game tonight, and I say first because it's a double elimination tournament.
Correct. We're down to 4 teams. We have 3 teams with 1 loss apiece and 1 undefeated team.
And who are those teams? Let people know where they're from and who they are.
Okay, we have a team from the Midland Redskins are from Cincinnati, Ohio. We have the DBAT team from Dallas, Texas. We have a team from Southern California, and we have a team from basically Miami, Florida. So we're pretty well represented all across the United States.
And you had 2 teams from New Mexico, the 505 team and the Albuquerque Baseball Academy that both went out. The 505 Panthers lasted, I believe, till yesterday, correct?
Correct, they did. Yes.
Yeah.
Great showing by the host team. It was wonderful.
Yeah, and there's always a host team. Hey, I always wonder. So pitching wins these tournaments, and these are 16 to 18-year-olds. What are the pitching rules as far as how many innings, how much rest? How does that work, and who governs all that?
We have a tournament committee that controls that, and we use the Pitch Smart rules, which are pretty much standard rules throughout amateur baseball today. And it's governed by how many pitches they throw in a given day and how many days of rest they have to have. And it's very interesting because you'll see coaches go out there and throw a pitcher for 29 pitches because he can pitch the next day.
So under 30, under 30, he can go tomorrow.
Right. And if you get all the way up to 105 pitches, and you're down for 5 days.
And so it all scales up. 105 is 5 days rest.
Correct.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you got to be pretty deep pitching wise.
Oh, typically the most competitive teams that win this event, they'll come here with the 24-man roster. They'll have 12 arms on the roster.
How many you use? I mean, typically a team that's going to go all the way, because you guys have been doing this. And this is for a team to win. They will play how many games?
They'll play around 10 games, and with the ABC double elimination bracket, the majority of the time, the team that wins will have played every team in the bracket to win it.
Yeah, no, it's real. What does this mean for your community, for Farmington, for the economy up there, for the businesses, the hotels, for the prestige, for just the morale of that community?
It's awesome. I mean, the city really shuts down during this week. I mean, obviously businesses go on, but we'll run 100,000 people through the gates during this tournament.
Is that right? That's so good.
Every night, especially the evening games, we'll be around 8,000 plus people in the stands. Most of these young men have never, ever played in front of an environment like that. And it's interesting to see the reaction.
Yeah.
The pressure, you can definitely tell on some of them, especially when they start stomping their feet, yelling and screaming, and you're down on that field, and it's pretty intimidating.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can't wait to get up there, although obviously the rain. So forecast, I'm not asking you to play weather guy, or I'm not asking you to run for governor either. But what are we looking like up there today? And obviously we're hoping to get everything in. What's the thought?
Well, the thought is obviously we've got to get 2 games in if at all possible. The forecast is rain all day long. The field's covered right now. We've got an incredible grounds crew. And, as long as it's safe, we'll do our best to play. I mean, you can play in light rain.
That's right.
You just can't play with thunder and lightning.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you up there.
Me too, Jeff.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I appreciate you spending a few minutes with our audience, and I know you got a lot of work to do figuring this thing out. So get to work. I'll see you here in a few hours up there, and hopefully we're playing, at least 2 and hopefully all 3 today.
You got it. Drive safe. Thank you very much.
Be well. Richard Neely, he's the president of the AABC, the American Amateur Baseball Congress. I'm just telling you, 100,000 people are going for there. I mean, that's a legitimate number now.
Yes, it is.
And
time event.
It's 1965 is when they started. I love the story of how they got it. It's so cool. All right, wrap it up. I'm going to get to the Pac-12 story when we get back as well. If you've got correspondence, jump in. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that. That's a great event. I'm looking forward to being up there and seeing it. They've had great weather all week and obviously struggling with it today. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, happy Friday to you. Big weekend coming up. Pac-12 Media Days today. JJ, Pac-12 Media Days today. I mean, you're Lincoln Riley.
The Pac-12 will likely have a big digital partner in its new media deal.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's what their George Kliavkoff is saying, among other things.
A big digital part. So not as much over-the-air television is what that sounds like. Is that where it's going? I think, you tell me if I'm holding on to old school too much, you guys. I think digital is an imperative part of a television package. Meaning, a game.
It has to be a piece of the puzzle because you are not getting every conference game on TV.
Right.
For your schools.
Look, I think I've got to be able to get a game on my phone. And those of you who are struggling with, damn it, back in the day when it was on Channel 13 after the news, I miss those days. And you I mean, I don't know what to tell you at some point. You're going to get left behind on this thing, okay? But even a game that's on ABC, CBS, there's got to be a digital component to it. More and more people, and the realization is, aren't watching television. They're not putting it, they're watching on their phone. They're watching, I mean, look, we used to want 75-inch screens. Now you want a 5.5, 6-inch screen, right? More people are watching on the run, doing stuff, watching on their phone, watching it on their tablet, watching it on their device.
There's that aspect of it and just availability.
Well,
like things, you can watch games you never were able to watch before.
Yeah, but by the same token, I don't think we are at a point where you can eliminate the over-the-air, the on television. And I say over-the-air, I'll even go with cable. But the games have to be there's got to be a big component. My game's on ABC or ESPN or CBS Sports, right?
Yes. Those are still live sporting events matter. Live sporting events get traction. Look at social media when things are going on.
No, it bothers.
People are talking about it.
So where's the sweet spot in regards to digital versus over the air? Digital versus linear.
Well, I think with you're looking at the Mountain West, what they're doing is you try to get most of your marquee matchups picked up on television, and then you kind of fill the holes with either local programming, but then everything is at that point also streamable.
Yeah. I still want to be able to sit in my living room on my 70-inch TV and watch it. And the answer that I can cast it to my TV is the wrong answer to me. This is me. Because then I can't flip during commercials and go watch the other games. I can't picture in picture. I can't watch right. Do you hear me on this? Is that just old guy in me?
Well, it just depends on what the magnitude of the game is.
It's Saturday afternoon in October, and my team's playing whoever. It's a conference game, and I want to watch the Ohio State, Penn State game, and I want to be able to flip back and forth, and I don't want to have to cast from my
And
phone.
you're going to be SOL.
So that's my point, where a game, to me, if it's on linear
Because you're only
television-
going to have so many spots. You know this.
Yeah, no, look, I get it. I'm playing devil's advocate here. That's why I think there's still got to be games on television, on CBS, on ABC, on ESPN, on Fox.
It's exactly the packages that everyone has now, especially the Mountain West.
But I can, yeah. All right. Hoser, good morning.
Good morning. Hey, I think you're right. I think the mobile thing is just, I mean, people are on the go. They got stuff going on, whether it's events or, they're traveling for business or whatnot. So, yeah, I think, just people want to be able to see it, other than their home. So I think we're heading in that direction. So another thing that I was thinking about, you just celebrated your anniversary, 14 years. Congratulations. I'm curious about the anniversary of the Ho Friday. Did that start that first Friday in 2008, or when did that come?
Yeah, I would guess no. I would guess somewhere in that first year, Joe Gonzalez started doing that, and it just evolved. I don't believe it would be the first Friday. No, I would believe it would be somewhere in that first year, but probably not the first one.
Wow, yeah. So that was just the thoughts running through my mind. I was like, I wonder when, if that first Friday happened that first week in 2008.
How many times have we hoed? How many
That'd
hoes
be
have
lots
been
of
had?
times, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hoeing around for
That's
sure.
a lot of hoeing around. Sounds like
All right, guys, you guys be good. Have a good weekend.
See you.
Once again, carry on.
Be well. Yeah, that's a lot of hoes, bro. I don't know. So Klibikov is talking right now. Is that what you're kind of watching?
Just wrapped up.
What was his? Did you found anything yet on what he said about expansion? Because obviously that's the story coming out there, out of the Pac-12, and honestly that's going to be the college sports story today. Is what is the Pac-12 stance? Utah was picked to win the Pac-12 in the preseason media poll. By the way, there were no divisions. Utah was not unanimous, but they got 26 out of the 33 first-place votes. Utah, Oregon, USC, UCLA, Oregon State, Washington State, Stanford, Cal, Arizona State, Arizona, and Colorado. It's your projected order of finish in the preseason media poll in the Pac-12. What would you see?
There's a quote from the Pac-12 commissioner. I've been spending 4 weeks defending against grenades lobbed from all corners of the Big 12 trying to destabilize the Pac-12.
Wow. And he's probably not wrong.
He wants all the FBS leagues to band together and create NIL legislation.
Okay. So that at least would be an answer.
Big Ten for their geographic footprint. Are very disappointed with the decisions of USC and UCLA.
Yes. Okay. The NIL thing. So he wants all the FBS leagues, Mountain West included, to band together. So that would be at least an answer to the question, who is they? Right? When we keep saying they need to get this under control, they that would be some sort of a consortium, an association of all the FBS leagues working on it. Now I don't know how it's
one
going to work.
I don't see how they're reining that.
I agree with you.
Because if I am insert Texas A&M, Texas Tech. I'm like, why do I care that you can't
figure it
pay
out.
your athletes
Yeah.
NIL deals?
Figure it out. I can, you can't. It's a bummer. Yeah, I mean, do your thing. It's too bad for you. Yeah, 100%. All right. The storyline is going to, and then all the coaches are going to be asked, what do you do? How are, it's going to come down to Washington and Oregon's coaches and Stanford. Well, how can you recruit now with the uncertainty? And have you lost recruits? And are they going other places? And what are you hearing about going to the Big 12? And where do you want to be? And well, the answer is right now we got, we're in the Pac-12. And SC and UCLA are still here, and Pac-12 is what it is, and my job is to coach this team and get ready to play. Yeah, but what about my job is I got a room full of guys who don't care, and they want to go out, and they want to beat Idaho State on September 3rd, right?
Who's coaching Oregon now? Is it, my goodness, they've had a ton of turnover.
Yeah, Mario Cristobal left. Yeah, I'll tell you.
I'm blanking on Oregon's head coach. Come on, guys. I'm screaming at the radio right now.
I know. You all are yelling at me. Oregon's head coach is Dan Lanning. What? Dan Lanning. How did you not know that? You're like, who's that? Now that I know, you're like, who is he? Yeah, that's their new head coach.
All right, if I'm Dan Lanning,
yeah,
I come out and say, guess what, y'all? We're going to win the Pac-12 every year now once these guys are gone. It's going to be our conference.
Or it's going to be fun to whoop their ass this year when they're in it.
Yeah.
Right? We've been beating them up. It's not like they've been dominating us anyway. When was the last time SC and UCLA were worth
coordinator from Georgia.
Yeah.
Dan Lanning.
But it's like, whatever, man. They're gone. When was the last time they were worth a damn in this league? And honestly, when was the last time SC and UCLA were worth a damn in this league?
Utah shows up, be like, who's the champion?
Yeah, didn't we go to the Rose Bowl? Oh, wait, y'all picked us to finish number one? Like Kyle Whittingham's pounding his chest going, really? Like, I care that they're leaving? Well, of course you care because it's the revenue and it's the stability of your league. But the answer is, look who won. Who's the defending champion and who are you picking to win again? Not them. It's me. That's the answer. All right. Thank you today. Jay Norvell was with us. He's the head football coach at Colorado State University. Richard Neely, the president of the American Amateur Baseball Congress that's running the Connie Mack World Series up in Farmington, was with us today. Good stuff today. Looking forward to a fun weekend. If you get a chance, tune in. We're due to be on, weather permitting, 6 o'clock tomorrow night on CBS Sportsnet, national television. I'll be calling the championship game for the Connie Mack World Series.
Woot woot.
We got the Breaking Bad stuff going on, big weekend out at Isotopes Park, and so there's a ton going on for you. And then we get back next week. It'll be August.
And so it begins.
It'll be August. It'll be the week that football camp opens for the Lobos. Aggies are already in because they play 0 week. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will follow that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock, and then you get Isotopes Baseball, Isotopes and the Aviators of Las Vegas. Hey, Marie, great week. Congratulations again on your new showgrounds.
Thank you.
Adrian, terrific work. Big weekend for you?
Huge weekend.
Well, enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. We will return with more award-winning radio on Monday at 7 a.m. Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you on Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Next Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.